I am live now. Gonna start the recording, and we'll be good to go. All right. I'm Matt. He's also Matt. I have to say it that way this time because we changed the name to the Wrestling Mats. So it makes no sense to call him Ben this time. So we're just gonna call him Matt like he is. You can find us at the Wrestling Mats on YouTube. Our individual YouTubes and or Twitches are also below our names.
Yep.
And what we gonna do today? Give me a break. What words are hard, man. What we're doing tonight is talking about the Raw that just took place here on 6/30/2025. It actually aired early out of the PPG Arena in Pittsburgh, and yeah, it was another episode of Raw.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start? What jumps out at you first?
I guess I don't know. Right at the top of my head, Karrion Kross continuing to attack Sammy backstage. Almost seemed like that was maybe handled with their match, but I guess not.
No, because it's clear that Kross's alternative motives or main motives, not even alternative, it's his main motives is to bring out some type of darker sense in people. It's almost like he is the devil on everybody's shoulder. Is what his thing is. You know, they even mention that as they talk about New Day in the New Day match against Judgment Day, how I think it was Michael Cole blamed Kross for getting in their ear and making them turn on Big E. So it's kind of like that's his thing right now. Like he is the devil on everybody's shoulder. And since Sammy hasn't gone to the dark side yet, I don't think he's done.
Okay.
I could be right. That's just how I read it, at least.
So that could be a thing where it's just he stays on until essentially Sammy goes heel, starts possibly attacking his friends, going for, any of the big titles.
Yes, that's that, or maybe he eventually just gives up and moves on out of frustration. So,
yeah,
but yeah, that was good. I always like seeing those two, Scarlett and Kross backstage doing stuff. That's always good. What did we start up the night with? We started the night off with what did we start the night with?
We're both gonna blank on that already, because we were waiting to start this.
Ripley, duh. Ripley started the night off. Trying to figure out what she was gonna do next, and as I try to figure out how high my mic should be.
And then Io Sky came out to
show respect and pretty much challenge her because she is the top woman in the division.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting match for that pay-per-view. It's kind of weird because we did just set everything up with the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring tournaments.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen till SummerSlam. So, yeah. I guess they want a high-profile match for the women's pay-per-view, and you don't get higher profile than those two. So, should be good. Just, I don't know if this will be the time Rhea finally beats Io or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they were kind of building that with those two for a bit, but they kept putting Belair in there too, and now she's
got to be coming back soon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's been fixing her finger now for a month or two.
I think it's about a month. I don't know if it's quite 2 yet.
It looks pretty brutal either way. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, hey, suck it up. No, that she's got like a steamroller thing for her finger that she uses. She showed one time that like compresses and it's like a cold press, but like a steamroller. It's take your time, fix your finger. But yeah, they played it up the entire angle, the entire time for that triple threat scenario was Rhea's never beat Io. So the question mark is I'm sure they're going to play that same angle back again, but is this the time she gets the win, or do we keep it on Io?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they go with that.
Well, Jade
Um,
won the Queen of the Ring, so uh, is Jade? Yeah, Jade is SmackDown, right?
um, shoot.
Naomi
Um,
is SmackDown, and she was chasing Naomi there for a while.
I guess so. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of forgetting.
I'm thinking she's SmackDown.
Okay.
Unless they move her to Raw after the win, anyways, because maybe people won't remember. We watch weekly. We watch everything weekly, and we still don't remember. So maybe they just like get on Raw. Just get over there.
You know how they kind of mess it up a little bit is they have like some of the like big matches they're trying to hype, they'll end up having people doing double duty. So you start getting
Right.
people that are on both shows and you start getting the roster mixed up in your head a little bit because this person that's on Raw is showing up on SmackDown and intermingling, and then you
Right.
get to questions like this and you're like, I think I'm a little confused.
Well, who did she wrestle to get qualified in there? They were on. She was on SmackDown. I'm like 90% sure.
Oh, to get qualified in there? Like the
Yeah.
last match was for Queen of the Ring.
Um.
The last one was Asuka.
Right, but that one doesn't count.
Okay. Before that was Bliss.
And she is.
I think she's SmackDown, so I think you might be right.
Get a bracket. That's an old one. That's an old one.
You can't find the up to date ones, only the old
No.
ones.
Da, 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 da. From SmackDown.
He's at this point, you almost might as well just Google the SmackDown roster. Although, who knows what you get then?
Yeah, no, this was Jade Cargill defeated Meechin, Piper Nevin, and Nia Jax. So she has been competing on SmackDown.
Oh,
There was that took way too long. I'm sorry, but I needed to know the answer because that just goes back to the whole Tiffany,
Asuka beat
Tiffy,
Bliss.
Tiffy.
Yeah.
You need to watch your back because everybody who has a cash-in possibility is chilling on your show.
Oh, sheesh.
Naomi
Oh,
could go anywhere, but Naomi doesn't go to Raw. So that's as much as she could. Just like technically, Seth can go either place. Um, she's on SmackDown apparently for the most part, and now Jade wins from SmackDown, and so she gets the chance at her at SummerSlam, and Tiffy's just got a line of people coming after her, and you know, Nia won't get out of the way on her own right. She refuses to go away. So
yeah. Well,
I still stand by my statement, though. I still think Jade gets the win, but then Naomi cashes in at SummerSlam and takes the belt right off of her.
yeah, that would make sense to kind of keep that feud really kind of going and
It
keeping it hot.
reunites that feud essentially.
Yeah.
Jade, we had a small taste of Jade with the belt, which I'm sure they want because she has that look, but immediately steals it away from her
Yeah.
and elevates the heelness of Naomi. That's what I expect to happen.
Yeah.
That one I have a better feel for what I think will happen there than I do with Io versus Ripley. I have no feel for that one. I'd like to say Ripley's going to win, but I have no idea.
I'm not really sure because Io's held it for a little while here. It's been some time.
Yeah, but who has she wrestled last?
It was it was the three-way dance, wasn't it? Wasn't that the last time? Or am I forgetting something?
There has to be something in between, right?
It wasn't just Rhea and Belair, because that's
It,
where Belair got hurt.
right. That
Uh,
was
hasn't just been
that.
that.
What was WrestleMania? That was WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, yeah, because they built up the three-way for WrestleMania.
If that was WrestleMania and that was the last time she, no, that couldn't have been. She had to wrestle somebody.
I would think so, but who? Why am I forgetting? Um,
I mean, she just had to. Otherwise, I don't know what's going on with that belt. I don't think she wrestled anybody at Money in the Bank because I think everybody was tied up in matches.
yeah. Yeah, it does feel
Then
like it was someone just recently.
she had to have wrestled somebody. I don't know who off the top of my head though.
Yeah, I
Can't
can't
think
think.
of
I
who.
wasted
Either
too
way,
much time.
she
trying to
hasn't
think.
been defending the belt a lot. We can say that.
Yeah,
So maybe there's an injury. Maybe they don't know what to do with that. I don't know, but
it's almost like they kind of like got to build up other story because they kind of had something with the three of them, and then one of the three of them got hurt. And now it's just kind of like, well, this is a little awkward.
well, I think they had other plans for Ripley too, and now they have to detour that because of Liv getting hurt and stuff like that. I think Liv had a massive potential role at the women's pay-per-view coming up, and
Yeah.
now they got to change all of that.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but I don't know. They'll figure it out. Either way, we get to see a great match. Those two will put on a hell of a match, like always.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What happened after that? Let's see what happened. Was that Gunther after that?
I don't know if it was quite Gunther after that. We had at least a match.
Oh, the tag match.
after that.
Duh.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So-
it was New Day and Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Really kind of weird that was like, can you call them heel tag team
No.
versus heel tag team? No.
No, that was actually my takeaway from the match was the crowd was solely behind Judgment Day, like hardcore, cheering for things they were doing.
So they just worked them out of a heel spot into just faces again. Just
I
flat
think
out.
it's mostly. Well, I think they're all liked, but I think Finn's over the top positive attitude as of late.
And watching how shit's kind of like, oh, it's going
Yep,
sideways.
yep. Like they're the bad guys, but they're the bad guys with personality, whereas the New Day is the bad guys with no personality.
And JD's just there, kind of oblivious, being a total bro, just like,
He sees
All right,
what's
let's-
going on. He sees what he just ain't gonna mess with it. He's like, I'm just gonna go out there and do my thing.
we'll go win titles. All right.
Every friend group has got that guy who's like, I see all of this, but I ain't messing with any of it.
Yeah, it ain't my drama in,
Nope.
in the middle.
Let's
of
go
it.
win tag titles.
Yeah. Do what we gotta do. I'll ignore all that. All right.
Yep. That's JD. Oh, he's so good.
Well,
Let me turn myself down just a little bit. I might be peeking here or close to it.
everybody in the
Um,
New Day now that's currently not disowned or injured has a title.
Oh, Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. What did I say? New Day again?
New Day.
Ah, son of a bitch. I did that
Like, they
last
just-
week.
They just lost all their titles. So I was
Too
like,
many friggin' days. Everything's a day.
they're all a
New
lot of
Day,
days.
Judgment Day, Green Day. Fuck off.
Billy Joel Osment or whatever his name do to you guys. What's that guy's name?
Billy Joe Armstrong.
There we go. That's the one. The other one's an actor.
For the longest time, you bring it up, and I'm like, what about Billy Joel? No, not him. But now he might be, he may be equally or more famous than Billy Joel at this point, just
Yeah.
because of the longevity of his career, and he's still getting young fans. Anyways, this isn't a music podcast.
We could talk some NWA and get Billy Corgan involved. But no,
Yeah, we could.
but no, I great match overall. was, like I said, mostly stunned by how well the crowd received Judgment Day, and I mean, it was a great match overall. And I'm glad to see Judgment Day win those titles. I think it's great for the story. I think it's great for Judgment Day. I think it's great for the belts. I love New Day. Don't really know what was accomplished with their title run. Don't really know what that did for anybody. Not New Day, not titles, not I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing I could see is like
Any better posture.
with this like title changing hands is almost like they were like sort of like holding it prisoner from like every other tag team you might want to see take it away from them to kind of try and
Well, who were the other tag teams? You had the War Raiders,
yeah
and I guess you have American Made.
yeah, so you got some. I mean, yeah, Raw's men's tag team division is not as strong as SmackDown's, like
No.
not at all. um But yeah, I don't know. I think if anything, it was to kind of um, let it simmer for like one of the other teams to take it off of them for this kind of like kind of big enjoyment. From the opposite of like last week's Raw, like that was actually kind of like a really kind of like a I don't know, I'd say a up moment, a bit of a pop to it and everything. Just like, oh shit,
That was a great match and a great moment. I'm with you.
Because last week we didn't really have those. And this time it was just like, hey, got something pretty big. The match was great. They didn't do the obvious, like, Finn gets hit in the head with the belt while the ref ain't watching. And he turns around, pins 1, 2, 3. No, he actually kicks out of it and match continues.
Yep.
Yeah, it went in ways that it doesn't normally, and for a pretty good payoff. So
Yep.
I don't know. I think it was just have the New Day kind of hold on to the titles, rub it in people's faces until the right time came along to move it off to another team. And I think this was kind of the right movement with the kind of downer that lives out for a bit. Right as like the Roxanne Perez storyline was coming into it, now it's like, well, we can still work with it, but we gotta like swerve it in a way where it's like Liv isn't here, kind of like how they did it with Rhea not being there.
Right. No, I think this was always going to be I think they can stay on the same. If you have a storyboard out, like the key points can stay the same. It's the middle that has to change.
Yeah.
The ticks that get you to the points.
We need new meat.
Yeah. Don't bring back meat.
I don't think we can. Isn't he dead?
Wasn't he?
Sean Stasiak?
I think he's a chiropractor.
Oh, is he? Oh, thank God. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else and he's not. Thought we just got really morbid there.
He might follow me on Facebook.
Facebook? Of all places. I so hope he's...
Sean Stasiak.
I hope he's still alive. I hope I'm like confusing him with Tess, which we do know is past.
He's an American-Canadian chiropractor and motivational speaker.
Yes, you're right. I'm so happy you're right.
And then, hold on. No, don't post. I don't have anything to post. I don't search my friends group here.
I didn't mix it up. He was Meat, wasn't he? Wasn't that who was Meat? I swear to God, it was Sean Stasiak.
Is that his real name? What's his real name?
Well, it's certainly not Meat.
No, but I need to know his...
What a stupid gimmick. He's Meat. Like,
Vince
what?
McMahon for you, man. Vince McMahon for you.
All right, meaty meat to slap.
What did he go by? 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 As Meat, yes.
Yeah, hey, all right.
And then S.
I knew that one. I don't know why I all of a sudden went like, he's dead. Like, jeez. Settle down there, Matthew. He he just kind of changed careers and went a little adjacent to what he's doing now.
I don't follow him, so maybe he no longer follows me. But yes, he is a chiropractor that at one point definitely followed me on Facebook.
Okay. He probably eventually just went through his list and went like, "Who the fuck is this kid?"
There is a lot of overlap because of our local wrestling promoter.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of like overlap in potential friends,
Oh.
and I never try. And if I never met the person, I never like. I get a lot of the actual wrestlers' personal Facebook pages by their real names.
Yeah.
And I know why. It's because of the few friends in the wrestling and the scene and because of that promoter. And I'm like, I don't know them. I'm not going to try to friend them.
The only person I've done that with is Shogun. That's it.
That's fine because you've met Shogun.
That's just kind of because I'm his friend. Like,
right.
His fan, not friend. I meant to say his fan.
Right. But like Ruby Soho will pop up. Shotzi will pop up, but their personal accounts, like their actual ones. And I'm like, yeah, no.
Probably
good on them. That's a fun image for their profile pic. That means they're happy. I'm happy with that.
Probably the only thing that gave me the confidence to even follow Shogun is just the one time where I had been away from shows for a bit, showed up, and then at the end went to say hi to him before we were leaving while he was talking to some of the other wrestlers, and he turns around and just like, "Oh, hey," and gives me a big hug. I'm like, I didn't expect that.
Very personable. He's a good guy.
Like I couldn't. Well, he recognized me, and I didn't think I would have been. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Fine. It was just like how what was it? My first time at PAX, YouTuber and Twitch personality, Angry Joe, just kind of bumped into each other in the indie game section. He's just like, dude, you look really familiar. Do I know you? I'm like, unless you lived in like the Cleveland area, no. there ain't no way. But
right.
Too bad I wasn't doing content then. I'd be like, oh no, you follow that stuff? You don't? Maybe you should.
Yeah.
I follow you. I enjoy the program.
Oh boy, we got way off track.
Yeah,
you happened to bring up Sean Stasiak, and I just happened to know that he followed me at one point because he's a chiropractor. And boy, we got way derailed.
Somehow
who would have guessed that had happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's free content.
Right.
Anyways, moving on.
Let's just jump to the backstage segment involving Judgment Day because we're kind of right there, anyways.
Yeah.
And the return of the PS5 is great. I think it came back a week ago or something like that. They must have had to go buy a new one because Carlito took the Clubhouse's original one.
Yeah, it was gone for a show right after he was gone.
Everybody made a big deal out of it and they brought it back. But the thing that I noticed for it is they had a player select screen up behind them. You can have matches with like 8 people in them or whatever. So the fact that the player select screen behind them was JD, Finn, Dom, Raquel, and Roxanne in the middle with no Liv is a bit of foreshadowing to the attempt to, or the process of eliminating Liv from the group and replacing her with Roxanne, because you could have 6 people. It should have been, Liv also in there next to Roxanne, but with her not in there, I'm taking that as foreshadowing to the kicking her out, essentially.
Yeah, and I missed that. You saw that all by yourself, and yeah, it kind of makes sense.
It makes you also wonder if you went back and looked at some of the matches they were playing at the same time, if there's any foreshadowing with some of that stuff that ever took place in IRL.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to look back on, but who's got the time?
Right. There's 400 hours of content to watch new every day anyways. It's too much.
Yeah.
So,
it really is.
But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I think it's going well. I think it should be funny. I think should be interesting. Could set up a really good feud between Liv and Roxanne for a year straight if they wanted to at this rate.
Yeah,
That could be the new Ripley Liv feud, essentially, once Liv gets back.
yeah. Um, and there's also the thing of like, what if Raquel and Roxanne really kind of gel as a tag team with Liv gone?
Yeah.
Like, how
Yeah,
much of a
I don't think they could kick Liv out of the Judgment Day. I think Finn would be the only one happy with that, with the way the current personalities are. But I could see Liv being jealous of the situation when she comes back and unhappy,
and
and
leaving
that
herself?
fueling her leaving the Judgment Day. I could see her putting Raquel in an awkward place too, making her choose between the two, or trying to divide Roxanne, her tag partner at the time, and her over it. A lot of high school drama storylines for sure,
Yeah,
but it should be good. That should be entertaining.
yeah, it should be. I'm looking forward to it because like, okay, it's
Yeah, we got
gonna
a little
stir up a
while
whole
yet, but
bunch of shit.
yep. So we could jump to Gunther and uh, Seth, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
I think they were next.
Yeah, I kind of wasn't expecting that. I kind of wasn't expecting Seth to come out there for that one.
I wasn't either, only because it feels like we're just skipping over Saturday Night Main Event, which why should I be surprised? Nothing happens on the show.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're just running the show to compete and give fans a free option as opposed to the other brand's pay-per-view that night.
Makes sense.
I mean, it's AEW's biggest pay-per-view of the year. We've always been like, which is the biggest? Is it just Double or Nothing the biggest, or is All In the biggest, or what's they've kind of come out and said that this is the biggest one technically. So to work with instead, to watch as a fan, so you don't have to pay $50 or whatever for it. And I feel like the only reason why they're doing this. And when they have a match like Goldberg versus Gunther, and they go, yeah, that's a thing, but Seth, go out there and promote the real storyline. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's how it feels to me. The other takeaway I have is this makes all the sense in the world. Again, I keep thinking Seth is in cooperation with The Rock. After he did the hand motion for the ref as identical to The Rock's Just Bring It, not to mention the fact that it makes all the sense in the world he'd go after Gunther because he is Mr. Monday Night Raw. I can't even imagine seeing him on SmackDown, to be honest with you. He has been on Raw consistently for so long that it just makes sense he'd go back after that title. That was his title. That title was created essentially for Rollins to defend over and over and over again as Roman just carried around the Universal belt forever. So it makes a lot of sense that that's the belt he would go after. So to me, it all kind of makes sense that he would show up for Gunther's promo. It just makes the Goldberg match look even less of any importance.
Yeah, I mean, if people haven't caught on yet with the Saturday night main events, I mean, nothing really happens. You have some matches, and so far, nothing, no titles change hands, nothing of real substance comes out of them. It's just kind of like, okay, it was some wrestling to watch. Well, yeah, it can be good matches, but it's hollow underneath it.
Yes, agreed. Especially
so-
if they start booking matches like this one that doesn't actually go anywhere.
Yeah, and we can't like, I mean, we can't really think it's going to end up with Goldberg with the title. It's a retirement match. It's like, why would he? What's the point? I mean, a way they could like go with it that I don't think they are going to is just, they always talk about like Goldberg can't wrestle. Well, you get the ring general in there just slapping him around and controlling the match and tiring out Goldberg. I don't think that's the way they're going to go with it.
No.
But
I can't see it being more than a 15-minute match. Goldberg's going to hit his explosive spots after the ring general has laid on him a little bit. Like the ring general is going to keep the pace slow and wear down Goldberg, and then Goldberg is going to hit some explosive moves. But in the end, the much younger wrestler is going to win with probably a. Can't imagine Goldberg's going to tap out, but something more technical, something more of a wrestling type scenario.
Mm.
I'm waiting to see if Gunther gives Goldberg a real Gunther like chop. That's what I'm in. That's what I want to see.
Oh, jeez. One of those.
But yeah, so I mean, the only thing that I can take from this segment that the two things breaking it down is that I guess three things total is Goldberg's match isn't super all that important to WWE. Seth going after Gunther makes a lot more sense because that's his belt. Seth probably won't get it, or at the very least, he's going to have to go through Punk. Punk and Seth are going to battle until one of them retires.
Do you think we just end up having some sort of interference for the Goldberg match, and that's how it's just like, oh, okay, DQ, but I don't know. Like, would Gunther win clean in this instance? It almost seems like he'd have to do some sort of heel shit to get a win.
This is a title match? Do we know for sure if this is a title match?
I don't know if it's a title match.
I keep assuming it is. It may not be.
I could do one more match to beat your ass, and I don't want the title. I guess that could make sense. I guess that's probably what's screwing us up.
No, they're claiming it's for the title.
Oh, okay. Well, it would have sort of made sense if they're just like, oh, yeah. It's like, oh, okay. So then, yeah. So then Goldberg's just going to, win the